Me see the Chinese communities them I give aid. Me see foreign people I fly down and I ship down things I give aid. Me see Jamaican people I come together and I give aid. And I've yet to see a video with our government officials giving aid. The only one them hear about I give aid are the one me live in the area. And them hear about I give aid. I don't know if una give aid we not know, but I will me see. You can't blame for me see. And the rest about it, una rob the country for years. Years not rob the country. Una rob much in millions and them so you can't take one little toops, give people them. One little toops. You can't give people them. No man. I'm disappointed. That's even little toops. The toops. You can't give people them. And rob the country for years. Nah man. I'm the selfish bad man. I'm too selfish.
On October 28, 2025, Hurricane Melissa hit Jamaica, and it caused catastrophic and devastating results, damn near destroying the whole western part of Jamaica. People down there are hurting bad. They're in need of generators. There's all kinds of things going on, and also things that's not being reported. Now, all last week, everybody was talking about the complaints that was going on down there from the tourists. Now, my sister was stuck down there for 10 days. She eventually got back here on Tuesday. She's doing well, but they was also her and her boyfriend was stuck down there. Now, there was a video that went viral where people was talking about the food and stuff that was given, and they was running scams trying to charge people $300, $350 a night for every night they have to stay, even though this was a disaster, a natural disaster that was coming through. So it was just a whole bunch of chaos going on, ensuing behind the scenes. Now, with all that being said, and with this diaspora war going on between Black Americans and Jamaicans, because Jamaicans was accusing Black Americans of complaining, where we found out that the woman that was complaining online was from Bermuda, right? She wasn't even Black American. Now we're hearing that all kinds of aid from different places is coming into Jamaica, and Jamaican gangs are robbing these trucks of aid. They're stealing things, they're taking things. It's just pandemonium going on down there. People are donating hundreds of thousands of dollars, but they're being scammed. And people are going online saying now, do not send money to these donation places to people that you don't know, because these people are stealing the money. It's getting real crazy to the point where now people are talking like this.
Hi everyone, I just wanted to do a quick video. It's an urgent message. I just want everyone to be aware of what's going on. People are kindly wanting to send donations for the hurricane relief, but there are already people out there who have set up accounts that are fake accounts and they're scamming people. So I am urging you to do your due diligence before you send any money. Please make sure it is for a reputable company. It is organizations that are out here doing relief work and such like. It's so important, because you know what, there are unscrupulous people at these devastating times, and we need to make sure that this money gets straight to the people. I will also be setting up a GoFundMe page, and I have a lady out here called Carla Giolotta. She has an organization called Stand Up for Jamaica. So once I hear back from her, I will be setting up a GoFundMe account and using my platform to raise as much money as we can.
So while Jamaica's going through the things they're going through, and a lot of Jamaicans are online talking bad about Black Americans, you have Jamaicans in the country calling out their own country people, saying that the government is selfish and the people are taking care of themselves. They have been forced to take care of themselves. They said the Chinese and the Indians are coming out and doing more help than their own Jamaican government, right? And they're still online telling people, hey, do not donate to none of these people online, these organizations, and none of these groups. If you know people in Jamaica, right, that you can talk to directly, send the money directly to them. That's the only way you're going to be able to get through and help them, because these people are stealing the money. They're scamming. They don't care nothing about the people, right? They're still saying this.
best place to donate, if you really want to donate, is to find your friends and family that are Jamaican and donate to them if you know they have family in Jamaica. That is the fastest way your funds is directly going to impact somebody that's suffering in Jamaica. That is the best way. Don't be donating to people that you've never seen before. There's some people I've never seen on my timeline talk about Jamaica in their life, talking about all of a sudden donating. The best way you can donate is to find some family and friends that you know are Jamaican and donate directly to them. The money will reach Jamaica faster. Okay? Leave all these weird initiatives coming up. Leave them alone.
And see, for me, I'm FBA, right? And FBA is the lineage of people, right? And just because I'm FBA don't mean that I agree with everything that goes online back and forth between FBAs and immigrants. I don't really get into that. That's not my thing. I'm more focused on FBA business, running my organization here for inner city youth and doing what I need to do for Black Americans. But that don't mean that I don't care about other groups. I was a Pan-African for a very long time until I understood that Pan-African wasn't working because other groups wasn't practicing it. But that don't mean that I don't care for other people. People in Jamaica and Barbados and all throughout the Caribbean and Africa. I love Black people globally. I care for Black people globally. I just care more about what's going on here in America in my own backyard. But that don't mean that I don't care for other people. I know that every immigrant ain't a tether. There's a lot of immigrants that love Black Americans that's 10 toes down. And I speak up for them just as well as they speak up for us. I speak out against those that speak out against us and work do their thing to undermine us. Those are the people that I don't agree with. But with that being said, in Jamaica, you have a lot of people down there that's complaining about the trucks being robbed. And while a lot of Jamaicans was online doing things to castigate and disrespect Black Americans, in Jamaica themselves, they down there robbing each other and hurting each other and scamming each other to the point where the Jamaicans are coming online screaming bloody murder and hollering saying, yo, what's going on? Like, you guys are down here stealing from your own people when we're in dire straits. They're talking like this.
Y'all, they wicked out there in Jamaica. They're robbing aid vans. You see this? They took 300,000 worth of supply from the aid, the people delivering aid to Jamaica, even civilians that's out there trying to provide aid to the Jamaicans. Jamaicans are robbing them. And don't let these they're setting up these GoFundMe accounts and they're really just scamming people because they're not sending that money to the people in Jamaica. They're not even getting the supplies from these GoFundMe funds. And the Jamaicans are speaking out against it. They're like, no, you can't just be scamming people. You can't just be robbing these aid vans. They're trying to check their fellow Jamaicans, but it's wild out there in Jamaica. Check this lady out. She's frustrated.
Been trying to get through the roads today. I can't. The advice is to get police escort to go through because guess what? The people that must start rub the ear. People want to Black people. What's wrong with Jamaican people? You see, you people like Linnea, who think you can come and exploit your own people, you're wicked. Give back the people them their CMOS that you never did give to them in the first place. Why would anybody trust their own people? There's people literally robbing the aid on the road right now. They're robbing civilians who are carrying things. They're robbing the official aid van. And the government is nowhere to be seen. People, you make us in crisis, brother.
So they're not only complaining about supplies being stolen, they're also saying that there's a refugee camp that's needed. The government has the means to set up refugee camps and they have yet to do so. They have generators, they have toilets, they have all the things set in place to take care of the Jamaican people and they're not doing it. And the Jamaican people are calling out, crying out for help from the government. And the government's doing nothing, right? And I think that part of the argument that the FBAs have is when a lot of you guys come here and thumb your nose up at us or say that we're lazy and say that we're this, and then our argument is, well, let's say you go back and rebuild your country or do this. These are arguments that we have. We can see and clearly understand what's going on down there. But when you guys come up here and thumb your nose up at us, then it makes us not want to help. I'm just a person that's compassionate and have a heart. You know, my big mama didn't raise me that way. So I have a compassionate heart for people that are hurting. Just because you come here and be disrespectful at times don't mean I have to act like you. I'm different. I got the Most High with me, right? I don't like what you do, but then I know that there's people down there that don't agree with some of the things that you people do when you come to America. They down there, they're hurting and they need help, and they're calling on their own government. And the government is absent. They're absent. If y'all don't believe me, listen to what this woman is saying.
Good morning, Jamaicans. This is going to be on record for me the earliest time I've ever gotten up to record a video for social media. It's now 6:11 a.m. I don't know if the government is working on it because I haven't seen anything about them working on it or setting it up. And maybe it's not something that Jamaicans necessarily want to hear. But I would have thought that a refugee camp would have been announced already to say, hey, in certain parishes, we're going to set up a refugee camp in this area. Yeah? We don't want to say, or maybe they're afraid of saying refugee camp. A refugee is somebody who has been displaced from their home. And usually to us from where I grew up, it is people who, oh my God, war is going on and they have to flee to a different country. Yeah, well, now we need refugee camps here, and I have not yet seen anything announced to say we're setting up a camp here, there, and there. That is what is needed, because I see people going down there and giving people things, but the people still stand up on the side of the road. And then where do they sleep at night? I do not know. The government has access to generators, to tents, to toilets, portable toilets, yeah, shower areas, all of them something they can get, because everybody loves Jamaica so much. So I want to see the announcement in the rest of this week, so there's going to be a refugee camp. Maybe we don't want to grasp that and say, yeah, refugee camp, but it's a refugee camp we need, and we want to see it going someplace where them say, oh yeah, one in a Lacovia, Savannah, wherever the places are, a refugee camp is what is needed. When I was a child, I grew up in Portland. When I was a child, there was a mass of Haitians who came over to Portland at some point in time, and they set up a refugee camp in a place called Ferry Hill. And it was gated, yes, because they're not from here and they never want them to run away. But there was a gated refugee camp in Ferry Hill that the Haitians were stationed. And my dad used to go there, interact with them, give them food, give them things, even go there and play a drum for them and sing and just cultural exchange. And that was for the Haitians. Where's the refugee camp that we need? Spread this message if you can, because it is important and the people actually need somewhere where they can sleep, take a shower, and receive things from people until them area where they did live, shack up, fix up, something go on. But a refugee camp needs to be set up. Yeah? Now I'm going to go back in my bed because I never done sleep. Thank you.
So I'll say this. Man, listen, it's people are devastated down there. They're desperate. They're robbing the trucks. I don't see any type of police or military there to keep things, to get things back in order, to keep order there. I don't, there's a lot of Jamaicans here in America that's piling on in the argument between Black Americans and Jamaicans, but I don't see them going to Jamaica to help their people get up out of these dire streets. And like I said, Jamaica is devastated right now. They have serious need of help. And I think that a lot of Jamaicans in Canada, over there in Britain, the British, over there with the British Crown, y'all need to go home and help your people, man. You need to go over there, get over there into Jamaica and help your people, man, because they're in dire straits and they need it. And right now, Panamanian is the people just running wild. And the Jamaican people on the ground there are crying out. It's a sad thing that's happening there. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.